Joe, good morning, man.
Hey, what's up?
Not too much, man. Now, this is weird because your screen shows that you were muted, but I just heard you. So we'll do a little check
That's
here. You can hear?
strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
All
Everybody
right.
can hear me, right?
Yeah. Well, we're
Yes.
in, man. I think so.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Proper Cup of Joe. This guy over here. This guy. You.
Yeah.
You have snakes, and
Ah.
I don't, and I got a lot of questions. And
We do-
that's why we get together every Thursday morning.
yeah.
And sometimes we do talk about snakes.
Sometimes, often we
Yes.
do. Yeah. We'll touch on
Yeah.
them a little bit. I think we yeah, we'll get to the snakes. Man, how was your week? You had a trip to Austin. You had a paper. You're a grad student and a professor, so you got papers coming and papers going. What?
Yeah.
Tell us. What,
I'm drowning, man. I'm drowning. I should be cleared up by the weekend to work wise.
yeah.
So I'm just drowning right now. So yeah, I turned in a paper. I went to Austin. That was great. So my one thing was going to Austin. It was fun, but actually it was outside of Austin. It was north of Austin. So I didn't really get to Austin until Monday morning.
Oh,
And
man.
You recommended going to Cooper's, and I did go to Cooper's. I got some barbecue there.
Did you go
and
for
Austin's-
breakfast? What do you mean you didn't get there on Monday morning?
Well, we went at 11 a.m. We went to Cooper's.
Okay. All right. What'd you get? Did you get the brisket? Did you go Texas?
I got the brisket. I got
Yeah.
some sides. Yeah, it was great. It was really good. And it's just a beautiful city. We walked along the river there for a little bit before our flight. It was nice.
Sure.
Yeah, it was great.
How did
we were in Round Rock? We were in Round Rock,
Okay.
which is like I don't know, 30 minutes north. And then there was like this little town, Georgetown, which is where his kicking showcase was. My stepson is a football kicker in high school, and he's trying to go to college doing it. And we go to these showcases. So that's where it was, Georgetown, and it's a nice little small town. And they had like a Christmas festival.
Oh, yeah, right up your alley, man.
Yes, it was really, really fun. And the weird thing is, so I have a buddy who's like an entrepreneur. He really likes to think of new things, and he likes guitars. He wants to, and he sells guitars. It's online, but his idea is to open up a shop, and to have a guitar shop, but also it's a coffee shop.
Okay.
So you can go and he wants to open up this place, and you can go and drink coffee and play guitars, and then buy guitars and buy coffee. So that's
Right.
that's the model. And I thought it was a pretty good idea. And I'm probably giving it away to the hundreds of people that watch the show every week. Should probably keep it under my hat here, but
The tens. That's right. Yeah.
But the idea is not the thing. It's the execution of the idea that's the thing. But in Georgetown, a place, and it's exactly that model.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Okay.
It's and it's not just coffee. It's open at night, and it's beer. So it's beer, coffee, and just guitars everywhere. So you can drink coffee, and you can sit and play guitars and buy guitars if you want to. It was awesome. It was a really cool spot. Yeah,
that would be really cool. And you got to have from my food and beverage business experience, you got to have the few things with high margins or what are going to pay your bills. And coffee and beer will do that, because the guitar ain't going to pay the bills. Yeah, you got to
right.
That's the thing that's got to bail you out. Now, I'm not trying to discount you, Joe, but I'd really like an update on how did Aiden do? Let's get down to what's important here. How'd the kid do, man? Is he just firing rockets up his foot? What's he doing, man?
I mean, I think there's probably three major kicking organizations for high school students.
Three,
and
okay.
I think there's three. Yes. So there's
one wasn't enough. Okay,
there's one on the West Coast. There's one kind of central, and then there's one, I think, more on the East Coast, but I could be wrong there. But anyway, so this is like kind of the central the central group here, and there were 3,500 campers this year that went to these camps, and this is their national showcase, and 62 out of those 3,500 were invited and came to the showcase. So like that right there is just like, it's incredible. It's for a kid who started like a year and a half ago, it's amazing. It's
okay.
great.
So this wasn't like just a sign up, pay to play. Hey, you write the check, you come show off. You had to get there was some provenance to his yeah. Okay, cool.
So he's
I mean, he's not a dog, but you know, he's or a horse.
So he goes to the camp and he does well. Actually, what he did most well in was punting. So like he was like the 11th. So he was like rated 11th out of those 62, but 11th out of the 3,500 campers that went to this camp. Fantastic. I'm just happy. I'm so happy for him. Really, really good. He had a great job. I was really proud of him. Now he kind of goes, he wants to be first at everything.
You know, that's what drives. That's what makes him good, though. That's what's going to drive him, man.
So we're going to another one this weekend. Have we ever? I mean, what's going on with these numbers here? Did you notice this?
we got into a new area of the algorithm. We're taking it worldwide. We had a big pop there for a minute, man. We were
yeah, I know. We had 50 people for a second.
Well, they say you get 15 minutes of fame, but maybe we got 15 seconds, man. For 15 seconds, we were hot, man.
But the tried and true are still here on the
That's
channel.
right. We're not looking for these posers coming in and out, man, which you're welcome to stay. If you're new, you definitely know.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll take you. But
if we haven't grabbed you by this riveting story of my stepson and his kicking, you might want to stick around for something.
But this is life and choices and entrepreneurship, and he's figuring things out. So now, is he fully prepared to be like the kicking mercenary? Whatever the best deal is, whatever the best situation is, you got to pack your bags and go. Like, what if like Montana is like, you're our boy, Aiden. What's gonna good? We see a bright future for you up here in Butte. What's he gonna do?
I mean, this is he's pretty dedicated to kicking, yes, but it's got to be the right thing. It's got to be like the exact thing, and that's better for him. That's best for him. And I think he's got a lot of development to do. So like he's got a lot of potential, but I think he really wants to go to a place that's going to help him develop more than anything else.
Oh, I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know, so a place where he can go and start kicking right away, actually. So if there is I don't think he's not ready for I don't even think he's ready for like D2 or anything like that. I think it's got to be, I mean, some of the best places to go are junior colleges, because that's where some of the coaches kind of go before they go to the high school players to find kickers. They go to these junior colleges, right? And so he needs that kind of development on a team that gives him these to kick. So I'm just, if he gets to go anywhere and kick, I think he'd be happy. But I really want him to develop. I
mean, if he's performing top 11, the phone's gonna ring, right? I mean, these organizations exist for a reason, and there's three of them, I guess. So I mean, if he's placing and getting that kind of ranking, somebody's going to be like, hey, we need you, pal. I mean, I remember at the University of Florida when I was there, they had open tryout. They had open tryouts for the kickers. They were in such bad kicking situation. That was the Florida Gators, man.
Yeah, right. Right. And you see, I mean, these guys, like even the guys in the NFL, they're missing kicks all the time. And you're kind of going, and I'm sitting there watching the play, and he's like, "You could probably make that," So.
But those guys never seem to retire. I mean, some of these kickers are well into their 40s, and they they've played on like 13 teams because inevitably somebody needs a reliable kicker in the middle of the year. And they're like, all right, let's pack it.
Let's go
off to Cleveland. Here we go, man. It's I'm your boy. Yeah. So
right. Now I don't think there's any. I think he just wants. I don't think there's a lot. I don't think he has an idea of anything beyond just going to college and kicking. I think he's kind of realistic about that. But I mean, why not keep the options open? Because and that's kind of really what we're talking about today.
A little bit,
on this show. Yeah. How about you? What was your week like?
This is one of those weeks where I felt like I was just sitting here yesterday. I was like, what did I do this week? I did nothing exciting. I just did the stuff. I did all the boring stuff that you got to do week in and week out, man. And I could complain. I shoveled a lot, man. We got a lot of snow this week.
Is that right?
Oh, so my son is 13 and he's obsessed with trying to get abs. I don't know who he's been walking around with his shirt off in front of, but he's determined that he needs abs. And I was joking with my wife that I am going to have abs sooner than Charlie because of all the shoveling that I'm doing. That is a core workout, my man, the shoveling. So, but that's not a really good content. We went, I had one thought. It's a little bit of a downer, but my father-in-law's brother passed away a month or so ago.
Okay.
And they had a little, it's such a weird, like, euphemism, like it. They had the celebration of life kind of deal. And I feel like we've evolved, or I like the evolution from, hey, and let me step back from this. This is just totally impersonal, not talking about anybody specific. I like this evolution from, here's a dead dude in a box that we go stand and look at in like church pews, to, hey, why don't we remember people at their best and remember some happy times in a little more celebratory mood. You like
that kind of shift that people are making.
I think it's a good thing. And again, I really didn't do much, but as I'm talking here, there was one cool thing. My wife's father, he's a Vietnam veteran, and it's so hard. And I mean, I'm 45 and he's her dad. So, it's hard to buy stuff for people that have, successful or not. By the time you're in your mid to late 70s, you probably have what you want in life. I don't know what to get this guy. And if he wants it, he goes and gets it. He has his ways. Right, yeah. And he's wonderful. I love the guy. He is, he's always totally welcomed me with open arms, and we always kind of really click. And it was so cool. After this celebration, he comes back to the house and he says, "You know what? I got a Christmas project that I want from you guys for my gift." And I was like, hallelujah. We got a blueprint here. I'm going to get to know. And he pulls out a Zippo lighter that he has had since 1968. He bought this Zippo lighter before, and he took it to Vietnam with him. And like, aside from the Pulp Fiction moment of the watch, I'm like, wow. And the patina, the wear on it, it's got an inscription on it that he got it inscribed, a little hoorah pep talk to himself before he left. He got it inscribed. And he pulls it out and he says, Zippo has a lifetime. They guarantee their lighters for life. And this thing doesn't work anymore. And he says, I would love this to work and get refurbished again. And so he handed it to us. And that is our Christmas gift charge for him, that we're going to go get this thing functional. And as he was driving off, I thought to myself, I was like, man, if I had a guitar from 1967 and it needed work, I wouldn't want it like repainted. I don't want it to look new, like all the bumps and bruises on it.
Right. Yeah.
Of the story. And I asked him, I said, do you want it replated and like brand new? And he looked at me, he's like, absolutely not. And I was like, all right, now I get it, man. You need it. Yeah. I was like, he was like, yeah, I spent more than the past 50 years getting this thing looking this way. He goes, don't reset it kind of deal, or don't replate it. So it's so nice. And I guess my point is, it's so nice when you have a chance to like actually get a gift or do an action or do something that, actually connects with somebody, rather than like, I better spend X amount of dollars to really show I care. And what's a list on Amazon thing I could get. So I'm pretty stoked about getting this thing redone. And it's a cool story. And it's one of those same kind of thing with like guitars. I like thinking like, what stage has this been on? Whose hands has this been in? What songs were played on it that connected with somebody? Like the stories of that Zippo, man, it's pretty cool,
Yeah. And then you're gonna reignite it for
literally. Yeah, we're gonna fire this thing up.
Those memories. Oh, there's so many poetic things you could say about it.
Yeah, well, and it's in one way it's just a thing, and I won't get too personal because this is pretty personal stuff. I think like a lot of vets, he had of that era, he had a very horrific experience and probably many, but a few that I know of very specifically that he wrestles with to this day. And so to have something that from that era and from that moment that does brighten his day versus these demons that he's had and that frankly society has left him with for the past 50 plus years, that's another really cool thing too. So like it takes a little more meaning,
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's great. Now, how are you going to go about doing this? I mean, what do you just contact?
Yeah, you actually get in contact with Zippo. I think we're going to hit a hurdle because they of course have this. And now, this is as I understand it. I have not contacted Zippo yet. They might be amazing. Yeah. Here's what I think is going to happen. They have a line in there that you got to have the original purchase receipt. Okay, where are we going to keep this purchase receipt from? So we're probably going to have to pay for the services rather than have it warranted. But I'll be so thrilled to pay for. I don't care. I'll be happy to pay for it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you never know. One of the best customer service experiences that I ever had was with Zappos. The shoes, the shoes, very close in name. So
it's true.
Maybe it bleeds over. I don't know.
Well, I think that there's an opportunity for a cool story here too. And it's not dumb. It's out there. I got it. I saw it. But I'm hoping that the rep is like, oh man, this is absolutely something we want to take care of. And like somebody bought it, and the inscriptions on it wouldn't be special to anybody else. So for the owner to want to have it redone, like this isn't, you know what I mean? Like it's clearly the original owner and all of that. But
I mean, you could if you were Zippo, I don't know if I don't know what kind of advertising they do.
It'd be a killer social media campaign.
It would be a great story.
Yeah.
It would be a good story to take that one of your customers and to make that into a story. I'd go, oh yeah, I need a Zippo lighter too. I like this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and so anyway, I'm pretty excited and it's nice when I have those aha moments where I'm just like really thrilled and stoked to actually get something for somebody versus just being like, all right, let me go spend some money.
Yeah, it is that time of year where I'm going, I don't know what to get. How many people do you get a lot of presents for a lot of people or no?
Yeah. And I mean, it's not that I mind getting the presents. It's that I don't feel like they're most of the time they're not like, yes, this is the one. They're going to be pumped,
Yeah.
And I think I feel that way doubly because a lot of times they will figure out something for me that makes me go, yes, this is so great. And I'm like, hope you like your socks, or whatever, or your cup or I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Like you don't know if it's going to be special or not. Or like sometimes you do just pick the thing off the the Amazon wish list or
Yeah, so
something
he's
like
gonna
that, you're
mail me
gonna
a
go,
list, and I'm
okay,
gonna buy
yes.
number 4, and
Yeah,
great.
yeah, right, exactly. Like
Yeah.
you want to come up with something. Like that's why I people probably hate getting gifts from me because I'm probably getting them things that they're like, what am I doing with this? Why are you giving this? But I don't like asking people for lists. Like I have an uncle that we exchange gifts, and he sent me a list, and I'm like, I'm not getting any of these things. They're like, it's like athletic socks and stuff. It's like I don't want.
Yeah.
That's so boring. I want to come
Right.
up with something cool, and I usually do for him. I could try to come up with something cool for
That's
him,
the
and I'm
thing.
really proud of the gifts that I give him. But he's probably like, "What is this? Why is he sending me this? I just needed some socks." So I don't know. I am kind of, but it is that time of year. I got to get past the next few days though, because I'm just swamped. And then I'm like, okay, and then I can focus on Christmas a little bit, even though we're going to Atlanta this weekend as well.
Wow. Now, how much spare time do you have in Atlanta?
Well, it's actually not Atlanta as well. It's a place. It's Gainesville,
Gainesville,
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's close to a place, a little town that I like called Dahlonega, and I'm going to try and get to Dahlonega,
Yeah.
up there in North Georgia. It's beautiful country. It's one of my favorite places that I've ever been.
Okay.
Is that area of the country? It's awesome.
Yeah, Dahlonega is a cool place. Good fly fishing up there. That's like the start of the foothills. Okay,
Yeah.
so but no late night bars and diners in Atlanta. I can't give you a rundown of the places to go there.
I don't think it won't really be in Atlanta. It will be outside of Atlanta. So if you know a place in Dahlonega to go,
No, I don't. We could have some fun in Atlanta, but yeah.
No, because and plus we'll be with Aiden. It's the East Coast showcase for
Right.
for his picking. Yes,
the East Coast 5 families. All right, cool.
People, when I say we're going to we're going to a showcase. Aiden's got a showcase. People are like my sister was like, a showcase. What are you talking about? And it's like just the lingo that they use. So people are confused by that. It's like it's like a charting. It's like a place where they chart the kicks and stuff like that. But they call it a showcase.
Yeah.
But my sister was like, "What did he get into? Like show tunes or something?" And he's going to some kind of performance. He's
into pageants. It's really it's a pad. You're a pageant dad now.
Yeah, Helen is great. It's really, really fun. Balls and Strikes, yes. So we've been up there a few times. It's just a beautiful area, and the wineries up there. I don't think it's great wine, but they're just beautiful spaces, fantastic spaces.
Yeah, the experience in the moment is always worth enjoying. So, you ever hear these all these folks? They always I wrestle when I hear people say like, man, if I had to do it all over, or if I could go back and change one thing, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? And then I always, at my core, I'm like, I'm not into revisionist history. I'm like, look, it is what it is. You learn from it. You either succeeded and you got some lessons that you can build on, or you failed and you probably really have some lessons you can build on. You cannot change what's done. So why focus on it other than to learn? Get on with what you can change and what you can control, and don't look back. But people like looking back, and I don't know why. It seems like the end of the year is a good time to look back. You ever entertain these sorts of things, Joe? What do you think of this? Is it healthy? Is it worthwhile?
Yeah. So you asked me. You started talking about this. You proposed this topic, and I thought it was really interesting because I don't see you as somebody who does that.
Right. I purposely don't. Yeah.
Yeah. You purposefully don't. But you wanted to entertain it this morning, and it made me wonder, like, do you have an answer to it? Do you have an answer to the question, if there's one thing that you would change? But your question to me is, do I think it's worthwhile? I always think it's worthwhile
Oh, you do?
to
Okay.
look. I always do. I don't think that it's worthwhile to look back and regretfully go through this process of, and woe is me, I should have done this or that. But I always think it's good to reflect. I think it helps you go, okay, well, what kind of decisions do I need to make in the future? And what kind of decision making do I want to pass on to the people who are listening to me? Like people like Raleigh and Aiden, who are my stepkids.
Right. Yeah. And that,
so I do think,
that's the valuable part to me. And I do think,
yeah.
I constantly look back. I mean, I look at numbers, I look at performance metrics, I look at what can I learn from history so that either I can repeat it or not repeat it. But the whole, like, I would do this over again, or I always regretted this, or like, again, I won't get too personal, but there are people in my life that are like, man, if I had done that, I'd be a millionaire today. And I'm like, all right, well, okay, if ifs and buts and candies and nuts and whatever that expression is, like, I mean, and they've done it for decades. I've heard that story for decades, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, you just gonna sit there angry for 30 years that you missed? Like, okay, go on. I don't know. So I think that's part of my makeup, that I'm like, that is not healthy. So I do shy away from that mindset. Now,
so this is making me think of something that's going on right now in my life with one of my friends, an old friend of mine that I've known since kindergarten, is going through a divorce. He's going through a divorce right now, and he's losing a lot. He's losing a lot of stuff. He kind of married into a wealthier family, and so his lifestyle is going to change. And so when there's a big loss, you tend to do that a little bit more. Like, he's going, if I just would have done this, or I just would have done that, or I behaved in this way, or and he's really like beating himself up. That's the kind of reflection that I'm like, okay, yes, you can learn from that kind of stuff. But if you're wallowing,
that's, yeah, it's no good.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be insensitive to your friend, because that's, again, I don't want to get like specifically personal.
Yeah.
But I've really, and maybe it's easy for me to say, and this is where I want to like say something like, maybe I haven't suffered enough or gone through hardship. I've gone through hardships. I've suffered. Like, yes, I have. I've done the tough stuff. 45-year-old man. I've done some stuff.
Right.
And like, I look at it at like, to the person that's like, man, if I had just done that one thing, I'd be a millionaire. Okay. Do you know how many people would kill for the one opportunity to be one thing away from being a millionaire? Go put yourself in that position again. Like, make it a process. How did you get to one step away? Because if you did it once, you could do it again. You certainly could have, in the past 30 years that you've complained about it, you could have repositioned yourself that way again. Yeah. So, and I can never be in somebody else's shoes or truly experience their hurt or dissatisfaction, or maybe their dissatisfactions with themselves. I don't know. Anyway, so I do shy away from this stuff, but I got like, this exercise made me kind of think. And the thing that I landed on, like, we all have these things where like, oh man, in that instance, I was an idiot, or I wish I'd handled that conflict better, or man, I was such an immature leader at that moment in time. I should have, I was power hungry or whatever. I think that those are little incidents, and we all have millions of incidences that we would do differently. I would have different conversations with my mom before she passed, or whatever. But if there was one big thing, like in my career, what got me to this show or life planning, I actually wrestle with, I don't know that this is a massive thing. I don't know that college did me that well. I don't know I had a blast. It was great. And there's value in that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was a waste by any means. I'm very proud of accomplishing what I did, but I don't use my degree from a purely, I entered a career that still has the sort of craftsman, artisan, apprentice, masterpiece kind of pathway. It's one of the very few careers. It's very trade-like in that way. You can, and that's just, and in my world and in my industry, that's just as powerful on a resume. America doesn't really have hospitality schools. There's a very good hospitality program at UCF, where the home of Disney and that stuff, but it's very common in Europe to actually have hospitality, hotelier, culinary institutes. We really don't have that very well in the United States. And anything that's tried to, there's a school, Le Cordon Bleu in Europe. They tried to have American campuses. It actually failed. They were there for a little bit and then they weren't. And so what I'm saying is, I could have gotten on much sooner and gotten on with things without the delay. Now, I am proud to say I got through college with no student debt, so I didn't feel like I was saddled with. I probably would if I was still paying off my student debt. Like we just paid off Kelly's student debt. We're knocking on 50 and paying off her debt. So, but I actually wonder, like, if I really had it to do over again, and I was clearly driven. I mean, I was progressing professionally while I was in college. May as well have just done it. And the fun times in college I had were in the restaurant with the restaurant crew in a college town. I literally could have just gone to Gainesville for 5 years and not gone to school and gotten just as good of an experience. And I wonder about that. 666, you have an interesting way of putting it, but you're exactly right. That is a salient point right here. Is kind of the whole point of this. I don't know, other than some neat, history facts, and I didn't write in papers, but that's it. I don't know.
Yeah. So I want. This is taking a different direction, which it always does. Our conversations always do.
Right. We keep it loose, right?
Yeah, and because your answer makes me think about, what I love to do and what I like to do, and that is teach in college, in higher education, and it makes me realize teaching in higher education makes me realize the change in education that has taken place since even I was in school, and why it's changing and how it's changing. And how it's not the way that I see education is different from how most people see higher education. I think it's like it does not. I'm at this place to advance into my career, which is the most amount of students that I see, and then but I really just love thinking. I love thinking. That's the end of it. It's that to be able to think in a group of people with a group of people, specific topic. So it's just so, and I think that I was afforded that opportunity. That's the way that I looked at my education. And even though I don't use, I want to use my history degree, but I don't really use it. I really go, that's where I learned the thing that I love to do. You know what I mean? But so many students go past this so that I can get the thing.
Yeah, just get on with the thing.
Yeah, get the thing. Yes.
Did you now in like the classic? I realize that you're still going to school at these days, but in your classic like college days, the undergrad, did you enjoy it then? Like I look back, I cannot remember being like, hell yes, I get to go to school today. Not once. I can remember being like, hell yes, I got to go to work tonight. Like I really enjoyed it. I could make money. I could hang out. I was good at it. I was banging it out, and it was fun.
Yeah, I think and even the stories that you tell, none of them are from your college days. All of the lessons that you learn that you bring up on the show, you're serving, you're managing, and then
Yeah.
you're consulting in the hospitality space. So it's like, yeah. But for me, yes, I loved going to class.
No. Okay.
And that maybe that made me a nerd, but
No,
I
but
love
that's the
going
right
there,
that's
and
the
that
right
is
fit.
yeah.
And I remember, so my son, he's at the age of 13 and he's like, oh, I have to go get a degree I'm never going to use. And now I'm like, oh, okay, hang on. I got to frame this right. One of the things college has obviously done for me is to be able to show somebody that I can see a big project through. Big 4, 5, 6 year, quite a few years for me, getting through that and being able to, that does separate me. It does set me apart. It does show, hey, you've been through an academic structured process. So just having that thing does bring value. And I try and convey that to him of, it's such an opportunity. Even if you get done with it and just have the thing and then get on with it, you're still only going to be 22, 23, whatever. On the other hand, that's 4 or 5 formative years of life. And we know compound interest, both in a literal but figurative form,
right,
starts the earlier you could get started at compounding things, the better you are. So you could compound lines on your resume. You could compound relationships. You could compound becoming an expert in your field, which I really was not doing at that time. And had I done that, or had somebody, gotten my attention, I think you got to be 21 to, and now I'm starting to talk about literal compounding interest. I think you have to be 21 to start a IRA or a Roth or whatever, or a 401k, but maybe it's 18. Man, if I had done that, like I waited till I was like 27 to get serious about that stuff. Those extra 6 years, Joe, life would be different today. And I wouldn't be worried about collecting quarters at the car wash. That's something going to be paid off, So like,
right. Yeah,
but I kind of think about that stuff, and I wouldn't trade the experience. I had a great experience. I loved it, but I don't even remember. Like, I think that we block out unimportant memory. I have very little memory of even being in class, and I was there years and years, and I got the diploma. I graduated. I have it. I have the UF. So it's kind of I think about that. Like the other career, all of them some were great, some were not, but they all got me to where I'm at. And I always went after it. So that I wouldn't change that stuff, but I wonder if I should have just gotten after it sooner. Cause I could have had the same fun, and skip the headache.
But I also think that it makes you, so it helps me. And this is what I tell students too. It's like, this is an exercise for your brain. You are exercising your brain. You're building the muscle, even though for that degree or the specific things that you are learning in the content you are learning, even if you don't use that, you're exercising this muscle and you're building this muscle, and it's growing and growing because you're exacting some attention on a particular topic.
Yeah,
and I think you even you grow a little bit more when you're focusing that attention, not as comfortable doing. So that's exercise as well. That's like that's what you do physically when you exercise too. Is you're doing something that you wouldn't normally do to build strength and to build and to be healthier, to grow those muscles. So that's what I see now. That is a luxurious, that is a luxury. That is a privilege that I think is slipping away from us.
Well, that's a whole different discussion. Of where that opportunity is. And it doesn't mean I don't want to even get into it. I think so. But I think that point you bring up is really good, though, going through those exercises. And like you say, even if it's something like, you and I are crazy enough and love this enough that we get up every Thursday morning and go do this and pick this apart because we like to. But if we had to do it whether we liked it or not, and then we got graded on whether we were excellent or not. That's pretty valuable feedback of going through a process and understanding excellence from, in theory, an expert or a master at their craft. And you don't get that kind of feedback very often in life. That is something I didn't appreciate at the time.
And you get and this is what we do every Thursday morning, and this is what I love to do, and this is what we do in our life too. We get together with other people and we talk about something else, right? We talk about, this is what my friend. By the way, my friend who's going through a divorce, talked to him yesterday. He's so great. He's really great. He's fine. I don't want to paint him in a light where he's like wallowing and everything. And he's better for it, by the way. But we talk about like this third thing where we go, let's dissect this, or what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And that is definitely a skill. Now, I'm not going out and talk. I think I wrote a long paper on the Schlieffen Plan, which was the beginning of World War I. I don't talk about that, but
Thank
my
you.
ability, my ability to look at something like that and really dissect it, and like, that's a skill that I developed doing those types of things in my degree. So, so even the things that you don't think are going to affect you, I think you're building a certain muscle, a certain way of thinking in order for you to be able to dissect and do that kind of thinking in other areas of your life. Now, that's education. But should we kind of go back, or wait, do we have other here? Growth isn't always measurable. Yeah.
So I like this idea from Phil, and it made me think to myself, this is wildly interesting. Is it worthwhile just saying you're going to do something and not really know where it leads, but just do it? Can you almost guarantee yourself some sort of value for staying determined in doing something if you stay, like, I think there would have to be like a curiosity component built into it that has to, like, you have to stay curious and you have to stay seeking information. But he brings up a good point. This show here, we've explored like a lot, and we have made some kind of connection with a core group of people that say, hey, this is worthwhile. And I do think that there are things like that, like just saying that you're going to do a job over and over again. Like my prep career, that was totally just a means to an end to get gas to put in my car. But doing it, well, I started on the weekend. So every Saturday, Sunday morning, I had to be there at 6 a.m. at Ruby Tuesday. Well, I started to develop knife skills. I started to develop process and recipe understanding. I started to understand that most people won't show warning. So the mere fact of just showing the hell up got me paid. And I was 16, and there were adults that couldn't do that. So just like doing a thing with an open mind, like, is that enough of a model to just say somebody should just, like, it's almost how I feel about the car wash. Like, I don't, rather than just trying to pay the damn bill, I don't really know where this car wash is going to fit in. But the alternative is not doing it. And I'm not going to not do it right now because I'm not getting rich on it, but it pays its mortgage. So I need it. So I wonder if that's like my mid 40s version of the morning prep shift, where I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but I got to do it. So I'm just going to keep doing it and see what I learn here. And I actually was thinking to myself last night, like, this winter is way easier, knock on wood, that might be my curse, but it's way easier so far than last winter. And I did learn a lot. I learned about what I need to worry about and what I don't need to worry about. I learned about those pumps and the boiler and the hot water heater, and that the bay's got to stay warm and you don't want things to freeze up. And so, like,
and how much, like, to this point here that's on the screen, which, like, how much are you taking from your past experience in developing this car wash as well, that seemingly is something completely different than prepping for food? but it's not really. You have to show up every morning. You have to be attentive every
Yeah.
day. There's got to be process involved. There's got to be a certain recipe that you put together.
Yeah, I got to go through. I check the oil every morning. I check the temps. I clean the bay. It's really funny, Joe. Something so simple. It's not stupid, but so simple. People are blown away at the car wash when I say hello to them. They're like shocked. Like they're like tack. Like they'll be like they'll look at me confused, and I'm like, I just want to tell you thanks for coming. I appreciate you supporting this car wash. My name's Adam. My phone number's on the door. If there's ever an issue, feel free to call me. I want to make it right. And they're like, they don't know. Some of them are like, okay, dude, I'm just trying to wash my car. And
I'm
others,
just washing my car.
Yeah, and
it's
others,
$1.50.
Right. Yeah, it's $1.50. Let's not forget that. But others, like there was a guy yesterday, and he was like, wow, man, nice to talk to you. I appreciate you saying hi. And I'm like, yeah, good to see you. And there's some, like, there's a dude with a silver Dodge Ram. That guy, it could be pouring mud outside, and he would be in there washing his car. Like, he is always, he loves that, man. So, like, that's actually who I thought I saw yesterday. So I was like, he got an extra warm hello, and it wasn't that guy. I was like, oh, hey.
That's a whole other topic that I kind of want to discuss, is that I never go to a car wash, probably because I drive old, stupid cars, but I never go to a car wash. Never. Like I can't remember the last time I went to a car wash. But there's like 10 different car washes where I live, and they keep building car washes, and they're always busy. And I'm like, what is the mindset behind constantly washing your car? That's something that I'm very interested in. But the other, and we're touching upon what my answer would be to this question, which would be like, looking back, is there anything that you would change? And my answer is, yeah, I would change a million different things. Not because I go, oh, my life is in this position because of the decisions I've made. It would be so fun to think about all of the different possibilities that I could go in this direction or that direction, or like, it is kind of, I'm not looking back, and when I say I wish I would have done this, it's not really like that. I'm kind of just exploring, going, wow, there were so many different opportunities and so many different ways I could have gone, that it's just really fun to think that there are so many different, and that's kind of what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm trying to impart to Aiden, to Raleigh, is like, make these decisions. Yes, but you can go in so many different directions, and it's all right there for you. And so just make the decisions that you want to make, and don't be regretful, but just realize that you're going in different directions with these various decisions that you're making.
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. I can remember my grandfather, like, who, by the way, was an accomplished he was an accomplished vet, but he had a doctorate degree, DVM. He was the head of Canada's, basically their version of USDA as far as livestock inspector and that kind of thing. But I can remember at like 16, him being like, what are you going to do with your life? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, he was so disappointed. He's like, I can't imagine being your age and not knowing what you're going to do. And then, like, in college, I'm like, I don't know, thing didn't really work. I'm undecided this semester. I could still work on undergrad, just what do they call it? Like the gen ed stuff. And he was just always like, get it together, Adam. And I'm like, yeah. Even at the time, I remember I'm like, I'm 19. I don't know. And I remember being like, I didn't ask you for money to go here. When's the last time you stroked it? Not that it's all about money, but I remember being like, I don't owe you this answer. And so that's a much different tone than what you're sharing with Aiden and Raleigh. And to kind of, now it's probably a friendly audience that we click with, but I think the old not all who wander are lost mindset is a great mindset for, 18 to 24 is a pretty formative time in life to go explore, figure some stuff out, and maybe not know what you're out to figure out. Just do it diligently and curiously, and maybe that's what maybe that's what I needed to be doing. I was not diligent or focused. I will tell you that.
If you were to go back to your 21-year-old self or your 20-year-old self, what would be the advice you would give them? My advice would be, don't take things so seriously. Actually, that would be my advice to myself. I would go, listen, you're going to make decisions, and you might go, there might be good decisions, there might be bad decisions, but it doesn't like put you in a box for the rest of your life. And that's what a lot of the messaging is to people that age now, is the decisions you make now are going to affect you for the rest of your life. You can always change. You can always start something new. I think it gets more difficult as you get older, but you can still just calm down and do the things that you find interesting right now, and allow that to lead you into the future.
Yeah, I think I would tell myself, first, it's going to be fine. You're going to figure it out. Secondly, don't take it too seriously. And what you just said reminds me of a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald that I really like. I just brought it up. I'll read it here in a second. But I don't know why, but the last job that I left as the food and beverage director, I left that quote on my desk for the next director, just knowing what a difficult job it was going to be. It was coming out of COVID. Dealing with memberships is tough. Dealing with 4 or 5 different venues. I mean, I think it was a $12 million a year operation, and I really loved the quote. And it's let me find the image. Let me find an image I can actually read here. It says, for what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You could change or you could stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you never felt before. I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. And I don't know why, I needed to leave that, because I had a vision and a plan when I got to that job, and it got completely run over, and I had to do all those things and just keep starting over, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Figure, just roll with it. And I really, really love that quote. And that's probably what I would share with my past self, and is what I will share with my son at some point.
Right. I mean, yeah. And I think people can disagree with what we're saying. I mean, I think
these are just our own life experience.
And I think it does come
from sage for sure.
Yes, right. And I think, the idea, I do envy people who go, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is blah, 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 blah. It's just not how I live my life. That would make me go crazy. That would make me. But I do kind of envy the lack of this restlessness or something, or a certain calm in knowing this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it, and having a plan in place for that. I do but I also I want what my stepkids are doing right now is I want them to invest in themselves. I want them to grow themselves so that they can do whatever they want to do at any point in time. I want them to develop themselves so that they can do, if they do change their mind about what they want to do, they can change their mind. Do you know what I mean? Instead of focusing on this is exactly what I want to do in the field I want to be in, and the way that I want to go, I want them to focus on themselves, so that if at any point that needs to change, or if at any point they want to change that, they have the ability, and they believe in themselves enough to be able to make that change, just like the quote says.
Well, and here's the big payoff, Joe. I think I just got this aha moment of you saying that. Me going to college, having that degree, me having accomplished that, always gave me a safety net. It doesn't mean I would have been a good teacher, but I'm qualified on paper to go be a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I got fed up with Ruby's and I said, I am out of here. I don't know what the future holds. I don't have another job. I don't give a damn, because I got this other thing that I could go do.
Yeah.
And this is unhealthy, really, and I'm unhappy, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I got what I need to get by in life. And in that way, I wouldn't change it. So screw everything I said.
So you wouldn't change anything, and I would change a million things.
Well, because that was a massively pivotal point in my life. And there are times in my life where I felt trapped. If I had felt trapped and didn't have, and I had stuck there, life would be massively different, and I think far less happy. Now, who knows? Maybe a month later, I would have been like, I don't give a damn about any of that. Whatever. I'll live in a truck. I don't know. But I had that belief in myself because of that accomplishment. And that led to the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour led to the private clubs, and the private clubs led to, me going, I got this. I'm good. I'm out of here. So that was a massive moment where I just I even remember when I resigned, the regional guy. He was such a put whatever word you want in there. I remember him going. I remember him going, "Oh, so you've been looking for a new job all this time?" And I remember looking at him going, "No, I have nothing. And that'll be better than this." And I mean, it was a pivotal moment, man. And I left. I was in Alabama. I was just, anyway. So, so I guess that's when you said you want them to have options, you want them to invest in themselves, whether they use the thing or not, just that power of me being able to go, screw this. I'm not getting trapped here, and I don't have to be trapped here.
Right. Yeah.
I'm out. Yeah. That gave me that confidence. Those years of college wandering around gave me that confidence and that insurance policy to go.
Yeah.
I don't care. Whatever's around the corner, I'll handle.
And that comes in all different ways. It could come through, accomplishing something like that in college, or it could be not in higher education.
Yeah, just a life experience that you knew how
to believe in yourself enough to be able to go, this is not what defines whatever I want. I can go and be whoever I want to be. If you develop yourself in that way, and you believe in the way that you've developed, then you will have the courage to be able to do that kind of thing. And it's still hard, though. It's still hard to find that courage. It's still really hard.
Well, now's at a time in my life when I firmly believe that my job and my paycheck and my salary defined who I was. Everything in life hinged on having those things.
Yeah.
Little did I know, any chain hire anybody willing to come in and do that damn job. Right. It wasn't that important, So, hey guys, this has been a fun show. You guys are hanging out. Don't leave. Heart of the Python. Let me tell you about them. They support the show. I don't know if you noticed, there's not been a bit of commercial today. You haven't been interrupted. We don't take any advertising from Google and that stuff, but support these companies that look out for us. That's Heart of the Python. Katie and Bill Peaver up in Massachusetts working some killer projects. Kate loves Monarch and Puzzle. Bill's working Monsoon. And then it's a family show too. So their kids, their daughters, Sunset and Clown projects, they travel nationwide. Great resources, accomplished business people, and they reached out to us asking to support this show. So please look out for them. As always, Husbandry Pro. I just did all my follicle measurements first of the year, the ultrasound. How are you going to keep 60 females organized?
Follicles.
Boom, put them right into Husbandry Pro. That's what you want to start with, Joe. We'll get into follicles next week, my man. It's one of the many things that Husbandry Pro does. Go check out properoils.com. That is powered by Husbandry Pro. And then, of course, my favorite, frozen rodent suppliers. Man, Cold Blooded Cafe. Wait for it. Okay, it's not going to focus. But Blooded Cafe. Use the promo code PROPER11. You're going to get yourself free shipping on orders over $200, and that does not expire. You could do that forever. And as you can imagine, pounds and pounds of frozen rodents with dry ice does add up for shipping expenses. So just for supporting and hanging out with us, you're going to get that benefit. That's Cold Blooded Cafe. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Joe, the audience. That turned into a spirited show, Joe. I like that. I like the wander. That was a good wander today, man.
It was a good wandering. And actually, last night I went to this place that has music there. It was kind of an open mic thing. And I have a friend who is about 10 years older than me. And he played the drums for the first time in front of an audience.
Oh, cool.
The last time he did it was probably 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And he just texted me. It was like, I had so much fun. Thanks for coming and supporting me and everything. And he's, in his 50s, trying these new things. He's still trying to find the thing that makes him happy. So just keep doing these things. Let's keep doing these things.
Put it out there. Yeah.
Lead us in certain directions. I love it.
Well, Joe, I hope you have a great week. Great luck to Aiden. Go enjoy North Georgia, and I want to hear all about it next week, man. I'll see you same place, same time. Now, we're going to run into, I think Christmas falls on a Thursday. We're going to have to run into a scheduling challenge here before long, but we got another week to figure that out. We can't. Okay. We're not going to interfere with the job.
Oh, my gosh.
The big guy
2 weeks away.
I know, down the chimney. We can't interfere with that, man. We're about to figure out a schedule. So, guys, have a great week out there. Joe, take care, brother.
Thanks, everybody.